When you're one of the greatest players in the history of the game, influence and power comes naturally, and LeBron James is no stranger to both. But his latest power moves could end up being a massive mistake as he once again tries to leverage the NBA on his terms. Stay tuned as we give you more on the matter and other related news. Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2K22 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple. More power than Kobe? If you're an early fan of the NBA, you probably remember how crazy it used to be watching the Black Mamba in action. He had almost the same work ethic as Michael Jordan, if not more. He didn't really care about what the organization did, he just wanted to dominate on the court, and he did just that. Unlike LeBron James, the Lakers strive to keep Kobe Bryant happy, but Bryant wasn't exactly the complaining type. He spent most of his days winning championships and practicing. Such a simple guy, right? Now, we're not saying Kobe Bryant didn't get a say in the team's personal matters. He didn't exactly make a fuss when things didn't go his way. LeBron James, on the other hand, has had a colorful career. He first realized the power and influence he had during his time with the Miami Heat. It's basically like when you're growing up and you finally understand how to manipulate your parents. That's how LeBron started acting. He would interfere in the team's administrative matters. He'd also influence team officials to acquire or trade certain players. Believe it or not, LeBron James played on and off the court. He was a brilliant shadow general manager as well. He's got the organization to do exactly what he wanted. Coming back to the point, Kobe didn't want to control the team, and the team understood his value and did a lot to keep him happy. But LeBron continues to use tactics and power moves to make sure the team does exactly what he wants. He did it very cleverly, though. We have to give him that much. He himself used to become the problem, and then position himself as the solution. Really clever, LeBron. It's almost as if LeBron has more power at the Los Angeles Lakers than Kobe Bryant did. A massive mistake. King James is still upset with the Lakers because they remained idle at the trade deadline. But this time around, he has made a really massive mistake firing shots at the team management over the NBA All-Star Weekend. Now the NBA All-Star Weekend is supposed to be a fun time. Players get to relax and play in a friendly atmosphere with each other. There's games and there's entertainment, but LeBron just had to make it political. He made his differences with the Lakers Vice President of Operations Rob Pelinka pretty obvious. And that's probably going to be a really massive mistake that greatly affects his final act in the NBA. When asked about Oklahoma City star rookie Josh Giddey, LeBron James took his sweet time to praise Pelinka's rival, Sam Presti. He started off by calling Sam Presti the real MVP. The guy is pretty damn good. What he really meant was, hey Pelinka, I'm mad at you. Honestly speaking, if LeBron likes Presti so much, he should just go to Oklahoma. But we're still guessing LeBron doesn't understand his mistake. It was really obvious. The way he said it, you could tell everything was directed at Pelinka. And to think, Pelinka is getting all this heat just because he couldn't satisfy LeBron's trade demands. He already traded the future of the team once for Anthony Davis, and now he wants to do it a second time. And it doesn't end there. He then praised Kobe Altman for how he's built the Cavaliers into a really good team. What's so bad about praising Kobe, you might ask? Well, Altman was the reason LeBron left the Cavaliers for the Lakers in the first place. He wasn't exactly a member of the Altman fan club, but still found it convenient to praise him. Maybe he's hinting at a return to the Cavaliers. Who knows? So, what's his mistake? He still thinks time is on his side. He's 37, and while King James still averages around 29 points per game, at best he only has a year or two of basketball left in him. You can't keep dictating the way you want teams to behave when you're 37. Sooner or later, it will catch up to you, and we think it's caught up to him. This mistake might just end up costing LeBron his dream exit from the NBA. He's done a lot for the game, but maybe this is how it ends for the NBA legend. LeBron can still turn things around for himself, but he needs to realize a couple things first. For starters, it's okay to end your NBA career as a good player and not a dominant one, but if he wants to win a championship or two before retiring, he needs one thing that he's never asked for during his entire career: help. It's like when the Chicago Bulls won 6 championships between 1991 and 1998. In the first few years, Michael Jordan had the strength and endurance to dominate the court and win games single-handedly, but by the end of it, he realized that he needed help from his teammates. LeBron, it's okay to ask for help. You can't run things on your own forever. It's sort of like when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar turned 39 and his game took a massive hit, but luckily, the Lakers team during that time was so insanely good that Kareem didn't have to be the best player on the roster. If you think about it, even LeBron has a lot of help around him. You get dad too. LeBron James also made it very clear that his last season will be with his son. Bronny James will most likely be entering the NBA in the 2023-24 season. Don't get us wrong, he's an impressive player, but he's not exactly a lottery pick for teams. Still, the fact that he's the son of King James will have teams scrambling because, well, let's face it, he's extremely marketable. Anyway, LeBron James didn't let this opportunity slip away. He once again reminded the NBA that he controls his destiny, and if you want him to play for you in the future, you'll have to pick his son too. Or if you pick his son, you're picking picking LeBron too. During an interview with Jason Lloyd, LeBron said that his last year will be spent with his son. Wherever my son is, that's where I'll be. He also stated that he'll play regardless of the money or conditions, but still, it's a big ask. Any team thinking of drafting the superstar's son will have to make arrangements for 2 players, and King James isn't exactly a player you can keep on the bench. He pretty much shapes any team he's on. Wonder how Bronny feels about all this. Maybe he doesn't even want to play with his dad. Maybe he wants to show the NBA what he's made of. Fire in Los Angeles. Wherever there's smoke, there's also fire, and you're most probably going to find LeBron James nearby as well. King James has a habit of lighting flames wherever he goes. He did it twice in Cleveland and once in Miami, and now there's fire in Los Angeles. One thing about LeBron is that whenever he's upset or dissatisfied, he'll let everyone know one way or the other. He also ends up getting his way. When he first arrived in Los Angeles, he openly criticized his inexperienced teammates. You think he would have left his teammates alone after that? Nope. He then got the future of Los Angeles traded for Anthony Davis and also had a part to play in the sacking of Coach Luke Walton. After most of his demands were met, LeBron rewarded them by playing a major role in winning a championship. The audacity of LeBron, though, reminds us of that time when he threatened to leave Cleveland in 2008 if they couldn't deliver him another title. But at least back then, age was on his side. Magic Johnson also stepped down as president of the Lakers later that season, with his major concern being the sacking of Walton. Magic further claimed that the job had lost all its excitement. He probably meant to say, when LeBron's calling the shots anyway, why does the team even need a president? Now King James has a pattern. He follows this pattern religiously when things aren't going his way. He did it before during his time with Cleveland and Miami, and he just did it again. Personally, we don't think it's fair. You can't be bigger than the team, LeBron. On the court, LeBron is a completely different person. Unlike other dominant players, he would always think of the team first. He wasn't necessarily shy when it came to taking tough shots, but he also didn't have a problem with passing the ball when it was needed. But we're guessing we'll just have to wait and see how things play out for James and the Lakers. So what do you think? Has LeBron James just made the biggest mistake of his NBA career? Will he get the end he really wanted? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And that's it from our side, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.